Top. It's your boy, Chad Visionary.
This your boy, E-Money Boss, and you're now tuned in to the Top Hill Podcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Top Hill, episode 35, part 2.
KD.
Let's go. Montrose, PG County, Seat Pleasant. How y'all doing? It's your boy E-Money Boss.
I'm Chad Visionary.
And I'm your girl Jamila with her own boss.
And we got another special episode for you guys. We got a very, very, very special guest.
Yes.
A good friend to the pod. She has finally came to talk about her business. And she goes by the name of Cara. Her business name is Sweets by Cara. Come on, Cara. Welcome to Top Hill. Hey.
Welcome to
Hey
Top
guys,
Hill.
thank you for having me.
We are so excited to have you on, of course, because you know you brought us some goodies.
I did. I mean, I can't, promote a bakery without bringing sweets.
Exactly.
We appreciate you.
You're welcome. But nobody got back to me about their favorite flavors, but we're not going to get into that.
Well,
I just made chocolate.
E-Money Boss.
And I had to
Whoa.
say that because you said you were going to handle that. Because I had seen you had wrote
Because
on our live last week. You were like,
yeah,
like
a
his
week
back. I was like, Imani,
or
what's up
2
with
weeks
that?
ago, I was like, hey,
I'm throwing him under the bus.
Come on, man.
let me know, because I
But
would
I
have
like
made
chocolate.
everybody's favorite flavor.
It's okay.
I had a plan.
It's okay.
So if you making chocolate, is that the best one? That's your favorite one? That's
I
your
mean, I felt
customer's
like,
favorite?
I mean, they like everything I make, but I just felt like that this was going to be, I felt like y'all might like this.
Yeah,
They
I
like
probably will. Yeah.
Everything.
I eat anything.
well, before we get into your different flavors and stuff like
They're
that.
Hennessy chocolate cupcakes.
Oh, that's even better.
Hennessy.
So I like baked
Look
the
at the niggas in the back.
inside of the mixture,
Hennessy.
and then I added the
Hennessy.
little pipette so that you could put the Hennessy in it before you eat it. So.
You know, I don't ever do it. I just do
Why your face look like
Just go right
Wait,
into
rub me that
it.
shot real quick.
Got one.
I mean,
And there's
without
some-
further ado,
Oh, okay. Well,
There's some
fuck
dark
it.
chocolate
Come on now.
Oreos on top,
Oh, yeah,
and then I
right
did
now.
like the little Ferrero Rocher on some of them, and then like
That's
there's
my favorite
edible
chocolate.
glitter, and then there's Hershey's chocolate syrup on top as well.
So
first of all, you gotta show the camera.
Absolutely.
You gotta show the live. And you
All
need
right,
to give me
guys.
mine first.
Guys, check this out right here. Oh, my God. So, Cara, tell us what's in these cupcakes real quick one more
so
time.
the chocolate cupcakes baked with, I put Hennessy inside of the mixture before I put it in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they're topped with chocolate frosting with chocolate syrup and dark chocolate Oreos and edible glitter. Did I say chocolate syrup? And then Hennessy
Say it
in the
again.
pipettes.
Say it again.
And Ferrero Rocher, the little Ferrero Rocher balls.
Drop it.
If you guys want to check her out, her Instagram is Sweets by Cara, and I was impressed by your
And my
IG.
Facebook too.
Yes, and your Facebook. I was very impressed with a lot of your
Look at boom.
designs and stuff like that you did. It's very creative with how you did a lot of your
Thank you.
recipes and stuff like that. Definitely appealing to the eye stuff. So tell us real quick, what made you? Did you want one?
No, I don't eat sweets.
We ain't gonna get
How do you know? Wait.
She don't even eat
She don't eat sweets, but she's feeding the sweets. That's
I
lit.
Get
didn't.
my man one back there.
I didn't grow up eating sweets, but I like desserts and I like the aesthetic value of it, and I
Yeah.
like people eat, like watching people eat my sweets. I
Okay.
like the, I guess, satisfaction from that.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up eating sweet stuff, so, but I like be able to be creative and like just come up with stuff and blend different tastes together. And,
Right.
Yeah, so, but I'm not a big cake person.
While they're chowing down, we can have our conversation. So
All I hear is smacking back here.
I know, right? Yeah, I know y'all can hear the smacking on the podcast. If you guys want to see it, just hop over to the YouTube page. You can see Jamila and Chad Visionary just stuffing their face right
I'm
now.
being rude.
No, go
I
ahead,
don't care
man.
how y'all feel about it.
No,
Sweets by
go
Cara
ahead,
is
eat
here,
it.
and
I
I'm gonna
want
let
you
y'all know
to
what
taste.
his
I
on.
wanted to see your reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In real time.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, I was gonna
On
give it to you.
camera.
What's that thing
Now
on
you want me to
YouTube?
keep-
Is like where people
already
like
got
like to
the
listen to other people
It's SMR, ASM, or
ASM, SMR.
or
One of the
something
Jones.
where they like you got the mic and you eat it and it's
Oh, you want to do a mukbang? Oh, y'all want me to
Mukbang,
get into
that's what it
it?
is.
Y'all want me to get into it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go right into the
But I
mic,
do need a
Jamila.
napkin. Somebody help me.
I got
Yeah, I
you.
think it's one of my chocolate
Yeah, I'm gonna
bags.
make a
I think it's an ASMR when you like hear the sounds and it's supposed to be like soothing for people to listen to you crunch. Yeah.
That fat shit, I cannot.
Thank you.
But then like the mukbangs is just to watch people eat stuff.
Yeah, well, okay.
It's like two separate YouTube categories.
Got you.
But they'll take the audio from the mukbangs and then make it that sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are crazy.
Yeah, it's some weird stuff. But anyway, y'all get your own personal mukbang with this or whatever. So Cara, tell us like what made you get into baking, first of all? What made you passionate about doing this?
Well, I mean, I've always cooked. I come from a home of immigrants, so they're big on cooking. Like, you gotta cook.
Right.
You gotta learn how to cook and stuff. And so, I mean, I like to cook and I can cook, but baking caught my attention. Like, I would always watch, like, Cake Boss and stuff like that. And I would always be like, oh my gosh, I know I can make that. Like, I can make that. Like, that's simple or whatever. But I never actually did it. I was more into, like, sewing and other handsy, crafty stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I had my daughter, and I'm like, okay, well, when you have a kid, you try to make stuff extravagant and over the top, but on a budget. So I wasn't about to pay anybody to do what I wanted to do. So I was like, all right, let me just buy some fondant and buy some of this and buy some of that. And then people came to the party and they were like, why don't you sell this? Like, you made this? And I was like, yeah, I made it. Right. And they were like, okay, well, I got a party, like, you trying to make some stuff. And it just kind of, like, went from there. And my dad had sat down with me because I had made some chocolate covered strawberries and a bunch of cupcakes for my homegirl because she was having a baby. It was her second baby, and she didn't want to do a baby shower. She said she wanted to do a sprinkle. And I was like, every baby deserves a shower, so we about to throw you a baby shower. So I made all the stuff, and my dad was like, you know you could really sell this. Like, absolutely. And I was like, all right, well, next time somebody asks me, I'm just going to charge them. Right. And that's how we got started.
Never looked back after that.
And that was a year ago. So it would basically be like almost, it was probably like a year in June. That's when my daughter's second birthday party was. And then since then, I've done a couple weddings, baby showers, bride, like engagement parties. And then I have like repeat customers, people who bought cakes from me in the past. And then for every event after that, they buy cakes or cake pops or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, people ask me if I could do something, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be like, yeah, I can do it. I'll figure it out. And now this is my first time. Like, this whole past year has been pretty much, sorry, guys, my first time doing everything y'all asked me I could do. Like, I think, a couple weeks ago, somebody was like, well, do you know how to make cheesecake? And I was just like, yeah, I can make cheesecake. Never made cheesecake in my life ever. I didn't even have a cheesecake pan, bruh. Like,
wow.
I was
you could do it.
But I was like, but I could do this. Like, let me watch a couple videos, like, on YouTube. You do it? So that Hennessy cake with the 2 Hennessy bottles on top, that was a cheesecake.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just like, well, we just gonna figure it out.
Do you taste your own things?
Yeah, I always taste the batter.
Okay.
You gotta taste the batter first to make sure the batter tastes good, because the batter tastes good, the cake tastes good.
Okay.
And then once the cake is baked, you gotta like level it off. So I'll taste the cake crumbs.
Okay.
Or I'll ask my family to taste it, and they'll let me know because they're real honest. And yeah.
Okay. This is so overwhelming. It's so good. It is good.
I'm glad you like it.
It is.
I'm
not big on
This is why I didn't want to eat on podcast.
That's cool. Me and Carl gonna keep talking, man. I'll eat mine after.
How you doing back there?
Wonderful.
So, Carl, tell us. So, where are you based out of? Like, where
My
can
mama's
people?
house.
Your mom?
That's where I live.
Yeah.
Where can they
I use her
find you in
kitchen.
the
Thank you,
area?
Mom.
Right. So I just want to make sure you know.
So basically, you can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at Sweet Spot Cara, or you could call me.
Okay.
My phone number is on both of those.
But you service what areas?
Yeah.
I mean, I drive cakes to Baltimore, and if you're willing to pay me to drive to you, I will deliver.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't play.
All right, so she delivers, guys. So the entire so the DMV area and the Baltimore area, Southern Maryland, all that, like.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's dope. That's
you just
dope.
have to pay the delivery.
Where the money
fee.
is.
Yeah, you just have to pay the delivery fee. I just took some stuff to Pennsylvania for a wedding, for my cousin's wedding.
Wow. Dang, she crossed state lines.
And for another wedding, I drove like almost 2.5 hours to take a cake to Richmond. So if you're willing to pay the delivery fee, I'll deliver. Okay, you just gotta pay for the gas and my time.
So tell us again. So what is all of your different recipes? Like, you do cupcakes. I see you do cakes.
I
do cheesecake now.
I pretty much do whatever you ask me to do.
Got you.
Like, if you want something, I'll figure out how to do it.
You're willing to expand.
I'm willing to like figure it out because I like to try new stuff. So I normally do like cake pops, anything like covered in chocolate. I'll figure it out. Let's get it popping. I've done chocolate covered Oreo, chocolate covered Rice Krispies, chocolate covered strawberries. You know.
Is there anything you what's your favorite thing to make?
My favorite thing to make, I think it would be like custom cakes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You think that's what your customers go for most?
Yeah, and like especially when they give me like creative freedom, because then I'm like, okay, I could just do whatever I want. I can just go crazy and buy stuff off Amazon.
So are you a creative? Are you an artist?
I'm a creative, 110%.
Okay. So you can draw and stuff?
I can't draw. I'm not a very good drawer, but I can make stuff with my hands.
Okay.
I've had a sewing machine since I was 9 years old. Been sewing.
Okay.
Like during COVID, I made like 400 masks. I sold them $5.
Yeah, my mom actually bought a mask.
Yeah,
for
your
you.
mom came out twice.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, Cara made a mask. I said, well, she made a mask.
Yeah, because I was like, I saw a need, and I was like, at first I was gonna donate to the veterans home, but then people were asking me to buy them off me, so I'm like, all right, $5. And I was like, you need to charge more. Then since I was mailing them to people, like, you pay $8 shipment, I'll mail you whatever you want. And then the post office ladies was like, well, we need, so they were ordering like 50 at a time. Every time I went to the post office, they was ordering. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. So then I was just like, okay, well, I ain't gotta go to work. It's like, I ain't coming in, y'all. Because I'm afraid for my life because I'm not coming in.
I love it. It's like the business finds you. Like, you know what I mean? That means it's like, it's really your calling.
You know I'm Jamaican. You know, if you have like 13 jobs.
Right. And you're fulfilling them all. That's super dope. So what would you say is your vision? Where do you see yourself going or taking your business?
I mean, this is really a hobby because my day job or my night job, I'm a sleep analyst. But this is something that I do because it makes me happy. It makes me like, I like to see the expression on people's faces. I like to hear people's feedback. It's something that I love to do. I feel like, I don't know if I would like open up a kitchen or anything like that because then I feel like it would be too high pressure. Like sometimes I turn away orders because I feel like it's too much and I feel like I'm no longer enjoying it. So if I'm like, if I have 4 cakes in 1 month, I'm not doing anything else. Don't ask me anything else. I'm just not doing it. I can't do it. Because like the time and attention that I like to put into people's things, I prefer quality over quantity.
And that's respectful. That's very respectful.
And it's expensive, so I'm sorry, y'all. If you don't like my prices, it is what it is.
Right.
Because I put a lot of time and effort, and I like to make your stuff look unique and like I love you, even though I may not know you. I love you, and I want you to enjoy.
We appreciate it because I definitely felt the love.
Yeah, you know your value and you know how to monetize, which is dope, super dope. So, what would you say is, we like to ask this question on like to all of our guests, but what is your like top inspirations? Like, who inspires Cara? Like is there family, a certain person, motivational speaker?
I would
books?
have to say above everybody, my parents, because my parents came here like probably around our age or a little bit older than us is when they first came to America to get like they came on student visas to get graduate degrees and then like go back home. That was their plan. Then they met each other and they started this life and they started like from the bottom in the projects over by like the FedEx field. And then from there like they were like they didn't understand what the ghetto was or what that was and they were like, okay, we're not about to live here. We're gonna move on from there. Like I'm not refused to raise kids in this environment. So then we moved to La Plata and then it got a little rough.
Y'all was like the Jeffersons. Y'all was
and then they were like, we refused.
Okay.
They forever like they always work hard. They were always striving for more. So for me, I feel like that's where I get my inspiration from. I feel like every time I make a cake or cupcakes or whatever, I want to do better than what I did last time. Or I want to fix mistakes. Cause there's been times where I've baked a whole cake and I was like rebaked it. Like I'm not. I mean, it's happened multiple times where I normally start my cakes 4 days before they're actually supposed to be due because something may happen to where I may have to remake that cake, and I'm fully prepared to do that because I'm only gonna put out what I feel like, you know, is my best. So
I think you're a perfectionist.
That's what people tell me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Though.
Like because I just don't. They're like, oh, it looks great, and I'm just like, I don't like it, and I'll throw it away. I'll get rid of it, and I'll start over. Like I will start over from scratch. I've done that hours before something had to be given to somebody.
I think it's fair to have standards, especially as a business owner, because when people start spending their money, you know.
Yeah, and I want you to come back.
Personal.
I don't want you to be disappointed. I don't want you to be embarrassed in front of your friends that this is who you picked to bake your cake for your birthday or
talking
you know
about
what I'm
you
saying?
bad. You know.
Like, you know what I mean? And then I don't, you know, I always want people to say like, oh, I really loved your stuff. You know what I mean? So I've done everything from vegan cakes to I did a we baked the cake for somebody that was
vegan
like,
cake.
Yes. Vegan
Had to
cakes,
hit
cake
you up.
pie. I mean, any dietary issues you may have, I got you.
Link her up with
I will
hungry,
go.
hungry vegan.
I will go to the store and I will look up a recipe first because that's where I normally base off myself. I look up recipes and I'm like, is this okay for your diet? You know what I mean? And then I'll go to the store and I'm like, FaceTiming you like, can you eat this? Do you like this? Do you want that? All right, cool. That's what I'm going to put in your cake. And we'll figure it out. And sometimes it's a mess because I've had to make a couple vegan cakes more than once. But we've been figuring out the vegan cake recipe. It's good. It's actually better than my normal cake recipe in my personal opinion. But
That's cool.
Okay.
because it's like more moist and it's just, I don't know, I like it better personally. It tastes better.
Yeah,
If somebody wouldn't eat it, they wouldn't even know it was vegan.
You wouldn't know. Other than you see
a
it
lot
like,
of vegan foods are like that.
I replaced the egg with like ground flaxseed and you mix it with water and it becomes like gelatinous, like an egg, so it holds stuff together. So you're gonna see like the little grains of flaxseed in your vanilla cake. But outside of that, it tastes better. Cause I made it some for a party because she didn't know what everybody's diet, like kids' dietary issues were. So she was like, if I do stuff without eggs, nuts, and all that type of stuff, everybody be fine. And the kids ate them things up. There was not one left.
Wow.
They didn't even know. So.
Dang. Well, Cara, we appreciate you for coming on. We gotta bring you into Top Hill world now. So you guys ready to get into it?
We are always ready.
All right. So I'm gonna give you guys the notes and stuff like that. Go ahead, Chad. You can start with the music.
All right, we're going to the top singles first.
Yes,
or you want to dive into news? We'll do the singles. Okay. Let's go with Nas featuring Hit Boy, Ultra Black. Did y'all listen to that?
We did.
We did. What
Wait, what was that?
It was alright.
It was alright.
Oh,
Whoa. I guess I'm the only one that liked it.
I liked it.
No, it
wasn't all of that.
It didn't
was
make me feel
aight.
hype.
I like this song a lot because I feel like he took a different approach when it comes to songs that are coming out right now. Because I feel like, I don't want to say songs that are coming out right now are depressed and we're talking about, you know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like a celebration for black people. And
Except for Doja Cat.
yeah, it's
He tried winning her.
I don't think that Doja Cat is racist. I feel like Doja Cat,
yeah.
she's a girl whose father's from South Africa who never spent time with her South African side.
Yeah.
Right.
She spent time with white people on her white side, so she may not have had the chance to identify her blackness with anything, or maybe she felt like she needed to hide her blackness based on where she grew up, and I feel like that may come out and come off wrong. I don't think that Doja
That's a
Cat
good
is
perspective. I never thought
anti-black.
about it.
I agree.
That's how I
Because-
always looked at it. That's how I look at a lot of interracial couples and things like that.
Yeah.
Like where I'm at in St. Mary's County, it's a lot of interracial
Girl, I'm down there with
companies.
you too.
So I see so much of it, and what disheartens me, like I don't have an issue with biracial and interracial couples and things like that, but my issue is especially with the black men when they give these white women these black babies, and now their black babies aren't being raised like black children. You know what I mean? And they
Or
missing a
with
big
an
part.
awareness of
Their
what
blackness.
Right.
What,
And
how
so-
can a white woman teach you about being black?
Yeah.
Right. So there's a certain level of ignorance there, which, and in some aspects, like I can relate because my parents aren't from America, so they came from countries where everybody is black, right?
Right.
So they didn't understand racism or prejudice or anything like that because everybody looks like them. So like when we were coming up, it would even be like we would have conversations and they would be also just as confused as us because they didn't really understand like why somebody would discriminate against you because you look different,
Right.
because that's not a concept that they necessarily have. So it
That's
just
crazy because my dad's also an immigrant. They had it, the dark skinned Sudanese and the light skinned Sudanese, and
Right.
now our countries
Well,
are
I mean,
separated
that's
as well. But
colorism, yeah.
but it's
a
same
byproduct
thing here
of
because
racism.
exactly just like the same thing with Doja Cat. She's black,
Right.
you know what I mean? But yet we're
Even though
at
she's
this.
white passing.
She is
Let's
definitely.
get into it.
She is. She is.
She's white
I thought she
passing.
was
but that
white at
doesn't-
first.
Yeah. So it's like,
But you can't say that
she
you didn't. But you didn't think.
There
about
was
it.
something because when you seen the body, you
Yeah.
saw one like
Not even
okay.
just the body, just something
And there
about
was
her
it was something in
hair.
the features. She
Like,
kind of
although
almost
she
looked like
passes
very
as white,
light skinned
you
Ethiopian
still
because of the
got-
eyes. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it was like, but I think she just never got a chance. And I think a lot of her life, she felt like maybe she needed to hide her blackness
Right.
because of the society that she was in. Like I went to private school my whole life. I felt like my blackness was always used against me, like as a pawn against me. I didn't like being dark skinned for a long time. I didn't like being black for a long time.
Oh, this blackness,
you know what I mean?
This became trendy.
That's not something. That's not something that I
new.
really started to appreciate. Maybe until I was in high school, and I was like, man, forget it. I'm beautiful. Like I don't care what y'all got to say. You know what I mean? But for a long time, because I didn't have anybody around me that looked like me or acted like me, I didn't feel like I could be me. Like I didn't feel like me was accepted. So I don't think she's anti-black. I just think that she maybe just thought her wasn't accepted.
I agree with you. All right, moving along. Georgia Smith, By Any Means. Y'all listen to that?
Yes, very smooth song.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
cool.
it.
She lit.
She has a vibe.
Look, he want to downplay it so
No.
bad. Like, what's the hype with Georgia?
I love Georgia Smith.
What's
I was the one that I put money on Georgia Smith.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
I think you probably did.
Okay.
Yeah, Georgia Smith was lit, man. That By Any Means. That Jones, I like that versatility that she's showing too. You know what I mean? It's not just a sexy record. It's a record actually.
Snow
with a lot
Lady
of
does
meaning.
that too.
Huh?
Continue.
What?
I said
Let's
Snow
not be
Lady does
disrespectful, okay? Georgia Smith put out a record to highlight blackness. There's been a lot of those records going around lately, and I thought it was a really dope song and a dope video as well too, just showing the different shades of blackness, the different kind of levels of blackness and stuff like that. So I thought it was dope coming from her.
All right, how y'all feel about Anderson .Paak featuring Rose, Cut 'Em In?
It was alright. I don't know what it is about Anderson .Paak, bro. Like it. I should like Anderson .Paak, but I don't as much as I should. I don't know what it is, bro.
You feel like he's in your alley, but he just doesn't
he don't hit
the
it.
mark. Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't hit the mark for me. I don't know why. Like
He makes really good music. Though.
I know, and I know he's
you said
super
that.
talented. He's like a great. He has a great ear.
Plays every instrument.
Right, he plays all the instruments. I just don't know, bro. Like I just can't get with none of his music. Like
I thought it was really good. And I was excited. Like, I'm actually excited for his album now. Like, when I heard
really?
this. Yeah. And then having Rick Ross on here compliment the song very well, too. So, I'm surprised. Hey, y'all
I didn't even like
shocking me
Rick
today.
Ross's verse on there. I thought that was mid.
Dang, y'all. Okay, let's move along.
He's like, because you're not about to go on Rose.
I know, that's my man. So, like...
Right.
All right, Alicia Keys featuring... Who is this again?
Khalid.
Khalid. Yeah, so done. My bad, Khalid.
No,
He
I
makes
haven't
good
heard it
music.
yet, and I feel like I should because I feel like I'm going to love it.
Yeah, I
Am I going to love it?
It was okay.
You might. It's a hit or miss. It's like you're going to love it or hate it.
It was okay.
Because I like Khalid.
It was okay.
I liked Khalid, but Alicia, I just felt like, I don't know.
Her new lane, I'm not sure
It's
what it
just-
is.
I'm glad you said that.
Maybe that's what it is, because
Yeah.
I'm looking for like old Alicia,
Right.
like
I like the new
with
one.
the poofs and you know.
Nah, you're not going to
Alicia.
get that back. It's
Like,
a new era.
Did you hear the Show Me Love song
I'm living
from
in the
last
past.
year?
What's
With
it called?
Miguel, Show Me Love.
Okay, yeah, I did hear that.
I thought that old Alicia was coming back with that. Like, that song is still one of my favorites. The Alicia Keys Show Me Love with Miguel.
But I like the new Alicia.
Am I
like
wrong
the
for
lane
wanting
she
all my
going.
R&B artists to stay where they were like 10 years ago? Like,
They gotta grow.
They
They
gotta
gotta.
grow.
They do have to
just-
grow, but then they always be
but
setting
it's a
us
certain
back.
sound that is just like it means something to me. Maybe I'm just being selfish. I don't know.
No, I understand.
And
We
then
all
a lot of
selfish
them
with
give
artists
it
that we love,
nostalgic
though.
vibe
Yeah.
too. So when I think of Alicia Keys, I
There's
think
a
back in
certain
the
vibe
day. Like,
that I
yeah.
like. You sound that I want to hear.
It's like when people say, I want the old Kanye back.
Or the
I miss
old
that thing.
Beyonce.
Or the
Even though
old
I do
Beyonce.
like Beyonce's new vibe, it took me
I
a
love
while
Beyonce's new
to
vibe.
get accustomed.
Me too.
Because I just
Me
really
too.
wanted that like soulful, like Etta James,
I'm not
like
accepting
you know,
it.
real like.
I'm not accepting it to be because of the climate
I
of
just
what's
don't like
going
the
on in our
rapping.
country
I just
right
don't want her to
now.
rap no more. Like I just can't do
You
it
don't
like
like the Beyonce
Beyonce.
song?
Stop, please.
She's a savage.
No.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No, Beyonce's got to go back. Like I'm giving her
No,
a
but
break
on
right
that
now.
on that record,
She
I
did-
give
she
her
did
that.
body
She
record.
did that on that record. But
She did
on
body
other
that
stuff,
record.
I just be like, oh my god.
I'm surprised. All right, let me. Next song, Sierra. What's the song
Rooted.
called? Rooted.
We actually watched the video before the
All right, now
pod.
we agree.
Yeah, we watched the
I
video
was
before
like-
the pod. I will say the video made the song
The video
better.
made it better.
I didn't see the video, but she gave me Beyonce vibes.
I
ain't
love
gonna
the
hold you.
message. I love the words and where she
Yeah,
was
the
going
message
with
was
stuff.
Right.
I just feel like they should have gave the record to somebody else.
Yeah, it sounded like a Beyonce record.
It sounded like a Rihanna record. Like, give it some fire, some spice, and
Something.
pizzazz. It needed something. It was missing
Yeah.
something. I did like the fact she was pregnant in the video.
I liked what I liked about the video. They had regular day-to-day people in the video. Like anybody could have been in that video.
Yeah, it
And I
wasn't like
that.
a whole lineup of video vixens that were surgically altered to come on the video.
You had some
Yeah, it was
afros,
real
some bad
people in
lace
there.
fronts, some do-rags, some light skin, some dark skin, some freckles, some everything.
Every
I like
type of
that
black
part.
I would love to watch the video then.
Yeah, the
It's
video
dope.
was
You
nice.
should definitely check it out.
I didn't understand her.
And her
damn
kids were in the
gold
video,
teeth, though.
too.
Them fronts and her licking of the teeth all that time was
Maybe
too much.
she wanted
for
to
me.
She's
be
from
like
Atlanta.
Beyonce.
She's just showing the grill that side.
That
you
was
know
a
what I
little
mean?
too much. And then you just reminded me when you had the kids in there, like, why did you have a baby with Future? But okay, I'm done.
We all
Then you have that
Sensational.
beautiful little
We all
baby,
make
Russell's
mistakes.
baby right there. I know,
We
but
all
not the
make
babies.
mistakes.
Not
I
the
know.
babies.
The babies were cute though.
All right, let's move along to the news, y'all.
Yeah, we only got probably only one topic, Chad. So let's go ahead and pick
Okay.
that one.
Let me pick a good one. What y'all want to talk? What you want to talk about, man? We can talk about Cat Warrant. Nah.
No.
Well, I know what I want to talk about. Let's talk about AMC. Because
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Let's talk about that.
yes.
Let's talk about that.
y'all ready to go back?
I'm okay with going back.
Yeah, I'm okay
ready to
with
go
that
back.
too. I ain't gonna
Especially for
hold you.
15 cents. I'm going
If,
back.
Alright.
For 50 cents, I'm going back. They just need to separate the seating. Because I'm not about to
You
sit
think
next
they're gonna
to
do that? You
I'm
think
not
they're
about to
gonna?
sit next to you.
How are the movies are going to deal with this though? Like,
I'm
if you
okay
gonna
with
do
being
that-
inside. I just need to be.
If you're gonna have like separate seating and stuff like that, how are these movies gonna make money? Or like,
I'm gonna tell you now.
They're gonna play them in multiple rooms. You know, because usually they play
But
old
they're
ass
paying
movies
throwbacks.
for a long time. Yeah.
They're paying.
they're not
They're
putting
playing.
the
They're
movie
playing movies they already made money off of.
okay.
So our 15 cents don't mean nothing.
Oh,
We
okay.
just going in.
Got you.
we're the test dummies.
We're the
pretty
test
much.
dummies because there's a movie coming out. I forget what it is. Like
Mulan?
about 2 to 3 weeks after they decide to open, because they're trying to
Uh-huh.
test everything out to see if if we're
Right.
They
good.
delayed
Then they're
Mulan,
gonna
though.
drop a movie.
They put Mulan on Disney Plus. That was like a huge move that they just did
Yeah, I'm trying
because
to see that.
because that was supposed to be a major blockbuster movie by
time for me to
Disney,
subscribe
but
to
it's
Disney.
going on Disney Plus. You got to pay $30 to watch the movie. You get to keep the movie, but you got to think like
I'm not
you got to
doing
think
that.
like you're gonna have the whole family.
He was already going to do that at the movie
Right.
theater.
We're gonna have the whole
already
family watching
going to do
popcorn.
that at the Come on now.
Right.
What's $30 when you was already
For the
gonna
whole
spend
family to watch it,
$40
everybody
for
put up
tickets and
$10.
we'll stop and go get
But
some
also,
food.
it's COVID. People don't have jobs. Like, come on now.
Everybody put up their $10. You
But
know,
we
They're not about
already-
to pay
They have-
$30 to sit at
they
their
have a
living
little
room.
watch
I'm
party at the
sorry.
house.
They're not doing it.
You know.
Yeah.
Not for
They're
Milan.
They're not.
Yeah,
They're
for
paying
Milan.
$15. They're paying $30 for the experience.
Facts.
They're about to pay $30 to sit. I'm not
That's
paying $30 to
facts.
sit in my own living room.
Fat.
I can't do it.
Not even if you keep the
Yeah.
movie. though?
No, not even if
Not-
I keep the movie
Because
because
we've
I'm
been
not
stopped buying
watching it
DVDs. We've
again.
been stopped buying DVDs.
Yes, I'm not
I'm
watching
not
it
gonna hold y'all. If
again.
they
We've
put
been
Black
got the
Widow,
5-stick. I mean, we've
any
been.
Marvel movie that comes out on stream, I'm buying it. I'm not gonna hold y'all. If they
No,
put Black Widow,
I'll wait for the
That's
bootleg
different. That's
version.
collectible.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But I want to see Black Widow, and if Marvel keeps pushing back these movies, I'm gonna be upset.
Well, if you get it, I can always see
Well,
it. So keep
right.
it.
Let me know.
Yeah,
I'll
watch
look.
party. I'm gonna watch party. I'm charging $5, y'all.
I'm not paying no $5.
First of all, I got
Because you were ready to put the bill on your
You
own.
better ask another 30 people to do the same
Right.
thing, okay?
Yeah.
15 cents.
You were ready to fit the bill up, to put the bill on your own. I'm not paying $5.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just BYOB.
They always trying to work their own people. But I got the bottle now.
Hey, I'm trying to hustle too, guys.
Money
Don't
boss,
hustle
man.
me, man.
It's like, no, you know I got y'all.
Oh, you
Y'all
trying to
family.
make $1.
Y'all family. You know
But
I
yeah,
got
I
y'all.
want to talk about AMC because that is like so crazy that they've been closed this entire time. Like COVID is doing numbers in
Yeah.
the world
Could
right
you
now.
imagine sanitizing every
It's
theater
not
after
'cause they're
every
already
show?
dirty after every show
Yeah.
anyway.
Could you
They're never
imagine
clean.
trying to do that?
Never clean.
No.
There's so many movie
Yeah,
theaters
right.
that ran out of business for life. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, they're trying to do something to stay alive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they're only opening 100 of the AMC in
Oh,
the
wow.
U.S.
One on break. So
And there's 600 of them. So hopefully the one in Brandywine is open because I'm trying to go.
Look like
I doubt it.
I need
I hope
Phoenix
so.
Cinemas to stay alive. That $6 movie was that clutch. Shout out
Oh,
Marlon
you
Heights.
talking about- Trey, you got
Yeah, I
that.
need that Marlon Heights joke to stay open.
Look.
Hey, look, I go in there with a bulletproof vest, but I get to see my movie, y'all.